it or to
Okay, thank you, Christy. So our first candidate up for interview is Alexis Rainier. Thank you for joining us, Alexis. We apologize for the wait. We're having some tech issues, so thank you so much for hanging in with us. We would love to learn a little bit more about you. So could you give us a quick introduction of yourself and why you would like to join this council? And we are timing these responses, so you'll have 2 minutes, and I'll give you the prompt when you have a minute left, and then another prompt when you have 30 seconds left. Okay? Okay. You're muted, so feel free to unmute and introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Alexis Grenier. I'm the mother of two special needs children, both with severe autism, and both are in District 75 schools. I was just recently diagnosed with ADHD, September 6th. So I'm also a neurodivergent. I have a twin brother who is autistic and has other mental health issues. So I've pretty much been in this field for all my life, but certainly delved into it when I became a special needs parent to not one, but two autistic children just 18 months apart. My husband and I are very active in our children's lives and in their academic affairs. My 15-year-old daughter, Layla, is about to get tested for autism herself. And since there's no longer anything called Asperger's syndrome, which is also part of ASD, it's all just one big blanket category. I've seen with my own eyes how the Department of Education treats the people who are in District 75 and people in general with special needs. And it seems as if it is blanketed and everyone is just one size fits all. And that's pretty much not how it works. And it's certainly not the way it should be. I have been a big advocate on behalf of people with special needs because after the pandemic hit, the people with special needs pretty much had gotten left behind. And I was not okay with that. They expected these children with special needs to sit in front of a computer all day to do work, which certainly was not going to happen. So with that being said, I think for me, it would be better for me coming in as one, not seeing things that you guys have already seen, but seeing the things that I've seen as a parent and the things that I know should be spoken up about.
Thank you, Alexis. With 30 seconds to spare. So thank you for being vulnerable and forthright with us. We appreciate it. We're gonna start with a series of 3 questions. You will have 3 minutes to answer each question. And just as we have done just now, we'll let you know, we'll give you a prompt at the 1-minute mark and the 2-minute mark. So I'm asking the first question, and then Andrea Daniels will be asking the next 2 questions, finishing out with Christy Montalban wrapping us up. So, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask a question once we've gone through the round. So my question to you today is, are you physically able to attend our public meetings in person, even when we're traveling to the other 5 boroughs? And your time starts now.
That's a hard question to answer. I can assume that I will be because my children go to school in the day, my husband's at work, and I'm at home. But I'm not working specifically because we need someone to be available in case something happens to our younger children. But for the most part, I don't think it would be a problem because I do have my own vehicle. And being that I really love to help people, I tend to try to make room for error. So I don't think it would be too much of a problem, at least not all the time. 80%, I would say I would be able to do it.
Okay, was there anything else you wanted to add? You still have a full 2 minutes.
Oh no, I don't want to speak unless I actually have something to say.
Okay, that's duly noted. I'm going to throw it over to Andrea Daniels to ask you the next question.
Good evening. So the second question is, how have you supported your District 75 community recently?
And your time starts
now. recently, my children go to 771 at 225. And a lot of the time they'll have different things happening, like over the summer, their electricity failed and they just sent the whole school into chaos. And they call me, Mom, we have this going on. You think you can come pick up the kids because we don't want them to, be uncomfortable. I'm on my way. 2 days ago, they called me, hey, Charlotte forgot her sippy cup because, she doesn't eat table food. I'm on my way. They know they can call me. I will drop anything that I can. If they need help, I'm there. Mom, we are a little shorthanded today. Do you think you can come and volunteer? I'm on my way. Whatever you need. Primarily because I understand that the people who work in these District 75 schools have a lot on their plate. They have their own families, and then they go into these schools trying to help us special needs parents deal with our special needs children. And we as parents, we know how hard it is just from us being with our kids. So here these sweet people are who are helping us help our children be better stewards. And it's only fair that I allow myself to become available to help them.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So the next question number 3, what do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
Your time starts now.
Grace, I can be brutally honest. And a lot of the time, brutally honest doesn't work in politics. My husband, he's into that type of politics and, how to properly say hard truths without it being so harsh. And he's kind of helping me navigate that thing. But being that I grew up in a tough neighborhood, I pretty much just spell it out. And there's no beating around the bush. There's no, chopping off the ends. Let it be what it is. Make it plain so that there is no miscommunication. And there is no one that's going to mince your words or say, well, you said this, so maybe you mean that. I'm very direct and very forward with exactly what it is I need. And when I say something, I'm bringing receipts.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, and we're going to finish up with Christy Maltavan, and she
Hi.
will, yep, there she is.
Hi, and thank you so much for your time. And I just wanted to know if you have any questions for us.
Not necessarily questions, but maybe a couple of comments that maybe you would probably have questions about. So I am intermediate with American Sign Language. I learned when I was 17, and still practice ever so often with a few people in the deaf community. I'm a military veteran, from the United States Navy. And, I'm really in what my husband calls an extroverted introvert. I love to meet new people, especially from different backgrounds. I frequent Europe at least once a month. Once a month. Wow, I wish. Once a year. And I tend to go to travel around Europe so that, I can experience the culture firsthand, things like that. Being that we live in New York, they call this a melting pot for a reason. And so with me being able to travel around the world, I'll be able to understand people's culture much better. What may work for me may not work for someone else. And I'm extremely grateful to be a product of the New York City public school system. Hoorah. And I really just wanted to give my time in whatever way that I can to be as helpful as possible to whoever needs it. And that goes across the board, not even just with the D75 community, but with the New York City community at large.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you for your time and thank you for your service. And our calendar meeting is October 18th. So the vote will be made then to fill the rate vacancies.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
If you have any questions that come up after we adjourn tonight, feel free to send them to our D75 Council inbox so that we can address them. And we appreciate your time and being available on such short notice. And
You're welcome.
and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you so much, Alexis. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Awesome. You do the same, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Okay, Haley, do we have Anna K. Powell in the waiting room?
Yes, she is. I will let her in now.
Okay. Christy, you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, Anna Kay has joined us, Christy.
Hi, Anna Kay. This is Christy Angel. I am a council member with the Citywide Council for District 75. We want to thank you for taking the opportunity to come with us tonight to interview for one of the 3 positions that we do have open. As you know, we do work with 28,000 children. We have over 350 programs, and our council works in all 5 districts to support the different schools, parents, and families. So thank you again for your time and for your consideration in trying to be a part of the council. And with that, I'll go ahead and get your interview process started, and I will hand it over to our council member, Paulette Healy.
Hi, Anna Kay. Thank you so much for being here tonight. So just to give you a rundown of how we're going to do this, we are going to keep time for your questions. There's a series of 3 questions that we are going to ask you. We do want you to start off by just introducing yourself and giving us a little bit, telling us a little bit about yourself and letting us know why you would like to join our council. That you'll have 2 minutes to do that, and then 3 minutes to answer all of our interview questions. And I'm the timekeeper, so I will give you a prompt when you are hitting the 1 minute mark, and then another prompt for the 30-second mark. Are you ready? Oh, you are muted.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Anna Kay. So let's
Hi,
start.
good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna K. Powell Davis, and I'm a parent to an adolescent that attends a District 75 school located in the Bronx. Let me just make this disclaimer. I will be rereading what I wrote on my application as my introduction. So let me just make that clear. What makes me a great candidate is that I've been on my former school SLT, but I just got nominated to be on this new school SLT now. So that's an update as opposed to the last time for more than 5 years. I will be new to this SLT. I'm at a new school. Well, it's my daughter's 2nd year, but of course, I was new. So most of everything was already in place before I got there. And I've been a member of my child's parent association from she started school. I'm a parent advocate. I'm an independent support broker for individuals who require additional support and who have self-directed services provided by OPWDD. And I'm a community habilitation worker for individuals with a disability. I get involved whenever it pertains to the education of students requiring additional and extra supports, and I advocate for parents. I really do advocate for parents. I wish there were more parent involvement in these 75 schools, but we're trying to, get parents involved. I render support to individuals and students with a disability and encourage their parents to get involved, as I just mentioned, and I do that by getting them activated, informed, enlightened, the best way I know how, through resources. I'm from a military background, so, whenever it comes on to the students and showing up, I will be there. I will be at meetings. I will be at events. That's what I do.
Anna. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll have an opportunity to ask us questions at the end, so don't feel like you didn't get it. You didn't get it all in. Thank you for that. The next question, you will have 3 minutes to answer, and the question that we have for you is: are you physically able to attend our public meetings in person, even when we're traveling to the other 5 boroughs?
I can, for if it's on a Wednesday, yes. I'm always in Brooklyn, and I leave Brooklyn 5:30. So normally on my way back home to the Bronx, I would stop in Manhattan. I do drive, so it's a little easier. That time is kind of good because, parking ends at 7. So I can be there at that time. So, I would be physically able to be at meetings on Wednesdays if I'm allowed to have my child with me, because I'm actually taking her from Epic Junior, which is a program after school that she does, that I pick her up from the Bronx, bring her to Brooklyn to then go back to the Bronx. But I will stop first in Manhattan if it's kept there for the 2 hours. So yes, I would be physically able to go to meetings.
Okay, was there anything else you wanted to add? You still have another 2 minutes left.
Oh, so let me finish what I was saying prior. if you don't mind me actually mentioning that. So again, I'm from a military background, so you can always count on me to show up for all students. I'm truthful. I'm a direct person. I'm a straight shooter. I'm very transparent, and I'm a woman of action. So whenever anything needs to get done, I'll be there. I will never stop. I get the goal accomplished. So that's basically a synopsis of who I am, what I'm about. Again, I've been coming to D75 meetings all along. I really wanted to get more involved. I have time now to get involved, and I really want to advocate for children. Thanks.
Thank you for that. I'm going to throw it over to Andrea Daniels to ask you the next question.
Hi, good evening, Ms. Powell.
Hi, how you doing, Ms. Daniels?
I'm fine. So the question number 2, how have you supported your D75 community recently? Even though I know the answer to this question, but go ahead.
Your time starts now.
I actually came to the Bronx D75 in my 721X shirt. Yes, so I support whenever there is any type of events. I will come and show up whenever D75 has anything. I've not only been to the one for the Bronx, I actually been to the back to school that they had in Queens last year, and also left from, again, a program my daughter did at Brooklyn Conservatory, and come to the one in the Bronx. I was late for the Bronx one, but I made it on time for the one in Queens. So when it comes on to D75 doing any type of events, I show up. Whenever D75 have any type of workshops, I would support. Anytime any member of the D75 have any type of webinars, like for instance, Christy Angel had this book thing, I showed up. So I really make myself involved when it comes on to, again, advocating for kids, getting to know the information, getting to, support any way I can. I'm there. I have time. Let me put it that way. Now. So I do support D75 any way I know how. Thank you.
Andrea, do you want to ask the next question?
Yes. So the next question number 3. What do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
And your time starts now.
What, can you repeat that question again?
Sure. Question number 3. What do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
Well, experience is one. And the fact that, I have background in self-direction, which is a part of OPWDD, I have to, put the individual first, put the kids first, advocate for the kids, be the voice for the voiceless. So given the fact that I'm already doing that in the capacity I am, I kind of understand what it takes. Again, I show up, I advocate, I be the voice for the voiceless, I, put the students first. that I enlighten parents. So with all of that, I think I have again the expertise. I've been around the block, so to speak. So I kind of know what it takes. And again, I have the time. It's not like I'm trying to cram in everything, to do this, knowing that I'm extended. Yes, I'm a part of my school SLT that probably would meet on Thursdays. So I do that. I do go around and do different programs with my daughter, here in Brooklyn, in Manhattan, in the Bronx. So, I know what it takes to advocate for kids. I am a parent advocate. So I think, I will do a really good job with being on the D75. And if I'm the person where if I am not aware and I need to ask questions, I ask questions. I can be direct to some, it might, I don't really sugarcoat. I, get straight to the point if in anything I really want answers for, anything I need to know. So, I would this, I would actually tell you guys this, but, I think I would be a great addition to the D75 team. I know, I believe in teamwork. There's no I in team, so it's never about me. At the end of the day, it's about the students. Thanks, Paulette, for the update.
Okay, well done. Good luck, Miss Powell.
Thank you. You guys are welcome. Have a good night.
Oh no, we still have
We're
one
not
more.
quite finished. Got one more person.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay, Anna Kay. That's okay. It's like a conversation, so we totally get it. But we are gonna have Christy wrap us up, okay?
Yeah, I know I can be a mouthful.
No, you're doing great. You're doing absolutely great. You still had 30 seconds left, so you're falling well within the 3 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw it over to Christy for her to open it up for any questions you have, and we'll have 3 minutes for that.
Hi, Anna. I just wanted to thank you for your time tonight and ask if you had any questions for us.
I do. I again, I've been coming to the D75 meetings. I've been coming to them for quite a while. I'd say 2 or 3 years from I was at my daughter's former school. And I know that these meetings can be long. I'm concerned because I really want to come, if I'm chosen, to effectively know that business is going to be conducted, changes are going to be made. If this is a collaborative effort amongst everyone, if let's say this, this panel or this council is one where everyone has a voice and votes are counted, or this is like a collaboration where we all work as a team to accomplish a goal. How do you guys do that in D75? I'm not sure if I know normally when I come, a motion is made on a specific topic, people voted on it, or do you guys just come to a consensus because it's discussed and then the majority, it's, if it's a camaraderie amongst everyone, then it's passed and then we move forward. How does that work?
So we definitely vote on everything. Everybody has a voice. And for like things that you like, when a motion is made, we need 6 members to make a majority for a motion to pass.
Okay. And is it on like pressing issues? Is it on solving a problem? Is there like
it can be on anything, we can make a motion to schedule a meeting date, or we can make a motion to, write a resolution to support an important education issue. So we really use them for any kind of business.
And then when it surpasses that point, does it then go up to someone else to then be debated and discussed about? How does that work?
Well, that would be, that wouldn't be a motion, that would be like a resolution. Is that,
Okay. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if any other council members want to chime in and maybe explain the resolution process.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we make motions for. We make motions on events, we make motions on town halls, we make motions on, the different committees and things of that nature. So it's like there's the whole council work, and then there's the committee work, right? And then there's the work that we do as individuals outside of District 75 that we come back to report back on. So there's a lot of different avenues that we take with our advocacy, but when we're working together as a council, everyone's voice and vote matters.
Okay.
Even though we elect, executive boards, someone being co-president, someone being treasurer, someone being a member, no one supersedes anyone else. Like,
Okay.
the president does not get the opportunity to vote down what the entire council wants to do. That's not the hierarchy here. We all vote together.
Okay.
But in order for anything to pass, we need to have 6 votes. And you've already seen the struggle that
I
we're
know,
having.
and that's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to
I
kind
mean,
of
yeah,
fill that gap.
this whole process is trying exactly is like as soon as we can get a full council, then there's more opportunities for us to actually get all of the stuff that we've been wanting to do since July done.
Done.
So
Right.
yeah, so any
Right.
of our members who are coming into this space, we're gonna hit the ground running.
Okay.
Okay.
And I want to just make this clear. Is the council meeting once a month or once or twice a month? I
Right.
just wanted to know.
Right now, the structure is that we have a business meeting on the first Wednesday of the month and our calendar meeting the third Wednesday of the month. Now,
Okay.
when we're getting, as soon as we can get our full council in, we can actually look at the calendar because we've identified certain months where it falls under a holiday. And those are our opportunities to actually do combined meetings where we can
Okay.
actually do, oh, and my timer just went off, so I'm gonna hurry up and
Okay.
finish. But yeah, as soon as we can get the entire council as a whole together, then we can equitably look at those dates and make, any opportunities that we have to combine our meetings into one day. Granted, it may be an hour longer than what our regular meetings will be, but it'll be
Okay.
that one meeting per month. Okay, Anna Kay?
All right. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Anna. And just to let you know, our next calendar meeting is October 18th, and that is when the vote will be made to fill all the vacancies.
Okay. So there is no meeting on the 4th.
There is, but that is our business meeting.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you
you.
for your time.
Yeah, we
Thank you.
appreciate you being so available at such short notice. So,
All right. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
well, have a good evening, Anna Kay. Thank you so much for being here with us.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.
Okay, do we have Shanique Johnson in the waiting room, Haleen?
Yes, I will admit her.
Okay, thank you so much. And Christy, you're doing okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll let you know. We're just waiting for Shanique to connect with her audio, Christy, okay?
Okay.
She probably stepped away because of the wait. Oh, here we go. Shanique has joined us, Christy.
All right, good afternoon or good evening, Shanika. Thank you for taking the time out to be present for this process today. As you know, we are the Citywide Council for District 75, and we do have 3 vacancies for council members. We do work with over 28,000 parents and students and over 350 programs in all 5 boroughs, and we are looking for more teammates so that we can continue the work. We are grateful for having you tonight. This is being recorded. and it will be available on our council's YouTube page at CCD75 Outreach for yourself or for anyone else that does want to go back, or for our members to follow up after this interview process. What I will do now is hand you over to Councilmember Paulette Healy, who will explain the process to you. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you, Shanique, for being available this evening. Just to give you a rundown of how things are going to go, we would love to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. You will have 2 minutes to let us know a little something about yourself, along with why you would like to join the D75 Council. Once your 2 minutes are up, we're actually going to go right into the 3 questions that we're asking all of our candidates. You will have 3 minutes to answer the interview questions, and I am your timekeeper, so I will give you a prompt when you have reached the 1-minute mark and a prompt when you've reached the 30-second mark, okay? Take your time, get comfortable, and we would love for you to tell us a little about yourself. And as soon as you unmute, I can start your time.
Hi, my name is Shanique Johnson. I'm currently on a CEC, District 3 as the District 75 rep. I actually didn't know about the CEC until they made it like widely spread this year, because I wish I was able to serve a little bit longer. I'm basically doing this because my daughter is in District 75 school. She has been since she's been in kindergarten. And I just want to be able to help her as well as other kids and see what I can learn, and any way I can help my community or my fellow District 75 parents, I would like to do that.
You still have another minute left. Would you like to tell us why you'd like to join our council?
Being on the council this little time, I see that the influence that the council has, as well as as the Department of Education, as well as with the chancellor, superintendents. So definitely being on a council will let me see what's going on behind the scenes, and also help out where I can in my District 75 parents.
Thank you for that, Shanique. So the first question that we have for you today is, and you have 3 minutes to answer, is, are you physically able to attend all of our meetings in person, including the ones that we have in the other 5 boroughs? And your time starts now.
Yes, I'm able to attend all meetings. I made it my business to make it my calendar to attend these meetings that I have been attending lately, which have ran kind of late, been getting out at 10 o'clock. But I am physically able to go to any borough. I do drive as well. And as you see, I'm a postal way, so I can get around the city, basically. So I have no problems with attending meetings, wherever borough is.
Okay, great. You still have 2.5 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to add before we jump to the, okay?
No.
All right, so I'm going to reset your time, and I'm going to throw it over to our council member, Andrea Daniels, to ask you the next question.
Hi, Shanique. Good evening. I actually met you Saturday.
Yes, at the fair, yes.
I remember you. So here's question number 2. How have you supported your D75 community recently?
And your time starts now.
Well, besides being in my District 3 council that I am now, which they didn't even know they had District 75 schools in that district, I help out my fellow people and my friends online, and all my friends who have kids in the District 75. I help them with busing the IEPs and regular. I am a working parent, so it is a lot for me, but I do both. So I try to let my skills help others. I'm not just in my community, but in my schools, or just randomly meeting people outside who have autistic kids and ask, is everything okay, or can I be assistance? But other than that, that's where I see my work coming from. I have not been on a PTA or anything like that, because my daughter has been changing different schools because every year is a different school. So other than that, it's just what I've been doing around my community.
Paulette, is that time?
She still had time left, so if she doesn't
Okay.
want to use it, she can use,
Yes.
go to the next question.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question, number 3, how do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
Your time starts now.
Besides my voice, I feel like being an effective advocate is knowing what's going on in these schools. I did a surprise visit at my daughter's school the other day, and my daughter was literally throwing ball with a teacher where she's supposed to be in a computer class. So I think that I want to be effective where we need to help our parents and let them make sure that their kids are getting their services, make sure they getting their busing, make sure they getting everything that their kids supposed to have in these schools. Because seeing that the other day, it really hurt me, and I was ready to pull my daughter out of school that same day. I had the principal and everybody call me to calm me down, but I really think that I just need to advocate for all kids, because I wouldn't want nobody else's kid to have that done to them, or a parent to have that not knowing done to them in a school where your child's supposed to be learning, or where they have to follow a curriculum and they're not even doing that. They even had headphones on my daughter, where she never had a problem with sound, and they just assumed that she had a problem with sound because she covered her ear one time. So advocating stuff like that for our kids, or even just for the parents, that's something that I want to do. I want to tell them, you can pop up on your daughter at the school, you can make sure she having the services, you can make sure they following the curriculum, and making sure your kid is just learning. Because I'm sorry, I'm just so bad. Just think about that, just making me cry. But I'm just passionate about that with the kids with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanique, and good luck. And we have another question from a council member.
Christy Montalvan, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. So sorry. Hi. So I just wanted to ask if you had any questions for us.
Yeah. Being in District 3, and on that CEC, I just had a question, like, because they do have a District 75 representative, but it amazed me how they didn't know which District 75 schools was in a district. So being that this is a District 75 council, like, is that for the other CECs to know what the District 75s is in a school? I mean, in a district? I'm not. That's just a question I'm asking. I'm curious because I had to find out the schools
I think
myself.
that's our
Yeah.
goal, is to outreach. That's one of our goals, I think, as a council this year, is to really outreach to the D75 seats in the CECs now that we have them, and kind of just, make everybody know we're here. That's kind of the constant struggle, right? To let everybody know that we exist and this is what we are.
And I'm just going to add to
If
it
I can
that,
jump in.
yes, go ahead, Christy.
I was going to say that we are in the process of working on streamlining information and resources for the District 75 seats. And Paulette Healy, one of our members here, has also worked on like the district planning. So we do have information and files that help us break down the District 75 schools in each district. And so what's currently happening in the process, and it will take a little bit of time, hopefully I can get it finished. And if anybody else wants to tag in and help, but we'll be able to have a section on our website that will support the D75 seats, and we'll break down where the schools are in each district, so that people can more easily access that, and then have information for what they need per district.
Well, I did the district line and I kind of assessed it myself and just saw what District 75 schools was in that line. And they didn't even know
Mhm.
that, which was crazy. So I'm like, okay,
Agreed.
yeah, I have these District 75 seats in all these councils. How come they don't know what a District 75 schools are?
To be
Yeah.
perfectly honest, it's because we've been a public school system separate from the rest of the school system. So, you being elected and other District 75 members who are being elected on their local councils, that's our first step into breaking down that barrier that keeps us separately, because we have the data to show that the District 75 students that are attending the District 75 schools in our district come from our own community. And then there's a lot that are being bussed in from other communities. So that has always been the reason why the local CECs have never engaged us, because they were like, well, those aren't our kids. Well, no, they actually are. They're coming from your neighborhoods. So your question is very timely, because as we speak, we're all pretty much trying to figure that out and figure out exactly. Oop, and there's my alarm. So I'll wrap this up, but like, your concerns have been all of our concerns and the concerns of our entire community. And we are in the process, literally, like as we speak, creating the different resources that are available, not only to support the District 75 members, but also the anticipation on how the CECs are supposed to work together with us. So,
Okay.
so hopefully, regardless of how this pans out, we'll still continue seeing you in the fight, Shanique.
Yes.
So I'm gonna throw
Mhm.
it back over to Christy just to close this out, okay?
Okay.
And I just want to thank you so much for your time tonight and let you know that our calendar meeting is going to be on October 18th, and that's where the vote will be made to fill all of our vacancies.
Okay. I'm also following. Yeah, and I attend your meetings. Too.
So we'll see you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Okay, Haleen. So we have Bria she's the next candidate, right?
Yes, Brisa Arias.
Okay.
I will let her in.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Okay, Christy, Brisa has joined us.
Hi, and thank you for joining us for this process tonight. As you know, we're the Citywide Council for District 75. We do support 28,000 parents and students and 350 plus programs, and we are in all 5 boroughs. And basically, we are looking to fill 3 different seats on our council. So we do thank you for taking the time out, and please know that this meeting is being recorded for the public and for council members if they need to go back and just review and see who the client and the candidates were. This will be on our website and on YouTube via CCD75 Outreach. And we do want to welcome you again. And I will go ahead and pass it forward to, my name is Christy Angel, if I didn't say that earlier. I will pass it over to our council member, Paulette Healy, who will explain the process for tonight. Once again, thank you.
So thank you for joining us tonight, Brisa, on such short notice. We really appreciate you making yourself available. So we're going to start off by giving you 2 minutes to introduce yourself, and we would love for you to tell us why you would like to join our District 75 Council. After that, we will go into a series of 3 questions where you will have 3 minutes to answer each question. I am your timekeeper, so I will give you a prompt when you are at the 1-minute mark, and another prompt when you're at the 30-second mark. And then there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions if you have any before we adjourn. And we are going to start off now. Brissa, are you able to turn your camera off?
Yes,
Okay.
hello.
Hello, Brissa. Nice to meet you. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Brissa or Brisa?
Yes. Brisa is fine. Brisa as well is fine.
Okay. All right, Brissa. So I am going to start your time now, and you have 2 minutes to introduce yourself and tell us why you'd like to join the council.
Sure. Okay, so my name is Brisa Arias. I am a parent of a D75 student. My son's name is Carmelo Arias. He attends PS 723 at the Morris Heights Educational Complex. which I believe is 338 in the Bronx on University Avenue. I have a bachelor's degree in communication with a concentration in media. I'm bilingual in Spanish, and I've had previous experience working for nonprofits as well as various law firms. And I'm really passionate about learning and being part of the educational process with my son, considering that he is nonverbal autistic. And I think it'd be great for me to be part of the council in order to help other parents, perhaps who are also in my position or in my shoes, to learn more about how they can be part of the educational system when it comes to D75 and what we can do to better and help our children. So that's my introduction. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm very happy to be here with you guys tonight.
You still have 1 minute. Would you like to tell us why you like to join our council?
Yeah, I'm like to join the council with the hopes of learning more about the process of how District 75 does work around the city. Also, I'd want to be an advocate for my son and other students in his school and in other schools that are part of District 75 in the city. And if there's any way that I can learn or help to kind of create or innovate new processes in order to better the District 75 schools, then I would totally be for that as well.
Thank you, Brisa. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so your first question out of the series of 3 is, are you physically able to attend our meetings in person, even the ones that are in the 5 outer boroughs?
Yes.
You have 3 minutes, so if there's anything else you'd like to add to that.
Yes, I'm located in the Bronx. We're from the Bronx, like myself, my children, my family. So this is kind of like, our home, but I am pretty close to Manhattan. I'm right by the D4 line, so going into Manhattan isn't too big of an issue, neither is Brooklyn. And I'm sure I can get to Queens or Staten Island if need be. So I guess I definitely am willing to travel, especially because I was told that the meetings are like once or twice a month, which isn't too bad. I mean, if they were daily or perhaps weekly, it'd be maybe a little bit of a stretch, but because they are once or twice a month, traveling isn't an issue. If I ever do need to attend more meetings during the month that are virtual or Zoom based, then I could do that as well.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to throw it over to our council member, Andrea Daniels, to ask you the next question, and I'll let you know when your time starts.
Hi. So here's question number 2. How have you supported your D75 community recently?
And your time starts now, Brisa.
Okay. I have supported my D75 community recently by I attended a workshop that they presented in regards to what type of other resources are available for like District 75 students. And it was very valuable information. I got to learn about different types of cares that, children qualify for. And aside from that workshop, I did attend my son's moving up ceremony to 1st grade. And I got to kind of see those ceremonies for kindergarten and for students who were going to leave the 5th grade to go on to middle school. So those were 2 ways I've been part of the community recently with the District 75 school.
Lisa, you still have 2 minutes if there's anything else you'd like to add. Otherwise, we'll go to the next question.
Yeah, next question, sure.
Okay.
So question number 3. What do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
And your time starts now.
I think I feel I would need 3 main things to be an effective advocate. One would be as many resources as possible that the council or the District 75 has for me to learn. So, whether that be worksheets, statistics, different types of vocabulary, anything that you guys would deem necessary for me to learn about District 75. I think the second thing would be to get to know more of the different District 75 communities. I know there's a few in the Bronx. I'm not too sure how many there are in the other boroughs. So kind of getting familiar with how many schools there are, how many students are in those schools. And the third thing I think would be just being innovative and talking with the council frequently about what kind of ideas or creative projects we can do and come up with in order to better be an advocate for the students.
Thank you. You still
Thank
have another.
you.
Good luck. Don't hang up
Thank
yet.
you so
still have-
much.
You're welcome. Don't hang up yet. You still have another
I
council
won't.
member that's gonna ask you a question, okay? But good
Okay.
luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Christy, it's all yours.
Hi, I just wanted to see if you had any questions for us.
I do have one or two questions. The first question I have is, as like being part of D75 Council, like what are like 2 or 3 typical roles or responsibilities that we would have as a council? Like, just so I kind of know. I know I've read kind of the outline, but I kind of just hearing it from you guys would be different. Like, what does it look like during our monthly meetings, and like what's expected of us as a council and things like that?
I'll give one thing and then I'll let my council members jump in with some other things. So one thing that we have as a responsibility is to raise and elevate any concerns that parents come to us with, whether it be like a busing issue or a placement issue. We take those concerns and we elevate them up the proper DOE channels to get those parents the assistance that they need.
Okay.
I'll jump in here too. Also, we are in the process, once we have quorum, of electing our executive board. Also, we will still say, even though we have co-presidents or treasurers or things of that nature, everyone, their biggest role is always a council member, because we move as a unit of 6 to make anything happen. So as we have our business meetings and our council meetings, we do have about 8 different committees where our members can chair those committees. They can, we bring the different recommendations and things back, but you can, move to make things happen in whatever committees that you do have in order to move the council forward. And we're looking into a lot of rebranding and just trying to do a lot of programming that we've not done before so that we can expand different services. So there's a lot of room to contribute and a lot of room to, if you can envision it and we as a team can make it happen, that's what we are trying to do moving forward. So we do need to tighten up a few of our goals for the end of the year, but there's a lot of things that we definitely can do and do as a council.
Also, as a council, we are mandated to put out an annual report every year. So that's something that we all do together. There are standing committees, and then there's also possibilities for new committees. And as of right now, our biggest focus is actually how our council is going to support the local CECs that have just onboarded new District 75 members. So figuring that out structurally, what that's going to look like going forward, that's going to be a lot of our work this year. Okay, Christy, if you can just close us out.
Sure. I just want to thank you again for your time this evening and for being available on short notice, and let you know that our calendar meeting will be on October 18th, and that is the meeting where we will vote to fill the vacancies.
Okay, perfect. So October 18th is the next meeting, and that's the meeting where
So
you guys
our
will
next meeting is actually Wednesday. That's our business meeting though. So we won't be able to vote as per our bylaws until a calendar meeting to fill the vacancies. So you can still come and join us for our Wednesday, October 4th meeting, which I believe we are pivoting to be totally virtual at this point because we do not have quorum. So you can join on that meeting for virtual. And
Sure.
then hopefully October 18th, we will have quorum and we'll be able to vote in all the vacancies.
Okay, perfect. And I have a quick question for the Wednesday meeting, the October 4th, will the Zoom link be emailed or provided to me, or is it the same one as this one?
I believe it went out on the notice that already went out for the meeting. It's attached there, but we can make sure that it gets emailed to you as well, right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll definitely join that meeting this Wednesday.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're putting out an email blast tomorrow morning. So
Okay, perfect.
it'll come
Yeah.
from District 75 Council. Okay,
All right.
thanks,
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you meeting with me, giving me further information, interviewing me, and I hope everything works out. And I look forward to speaking with you guys further.
Thank you. And if there's
Thank
any other
you.
questions that you have after we adjourn tonight, feel free to send them to the District 75 inbox and we'll
Okay.
address them as it comes in, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.
You too. Thank
You
you.
too. Have a good evening. Good luck.
Bye.
Okay, and Haley, remind me again, who's the last person?
Drum roll, please. Last but not least, Deneen Johnson Hall.
Thank
So
you.
I will admit her.
Thank you. Hi, Deneen. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so sorry for the wait. Christy
No,
Deneen has joined us.
it's okay. How are
Yes.
you?
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. As you know, we're the Citywide Council for District 75. We do serve all 5 boroughs in New York City, over 28,000 parents, students, and 350 programs. Our members are here tonight because we do have 3 vacancies that we do need to fill so that we can move forward in doing the work of the council. So I do thank you for being willing to be interviewed, willing to be a part of this process. And I will hand it over to Paulette Healy, another council member, who will explain what the process will be tonight. Thank you again.
So once again, thank you so much for your patience. We know it's been a long wait, and we appreciate you being able to make yourself available on such short notice as well. So just to give you a little breakdown of what to expect, you'll have 2 minutes to tell us a little something about yourself and to tell us why you would like to join the District 75 Council. After that, we're going to go into a series of 3 questions where you will have 3 minutes to answer each question. I'm your timekeeper, so I will give you a prompt at the 1-minute mark and at the 30-second mark. Feel free to use all the time or part of the time, it's totally up to you. And you will have an opportunity to ask questions once the 3 questions have been asked to you. Okay, so all right, so your time starts now. Deneen, please tell us a little something about yourself and why you'd like to join the District 75 Council.
All righty. So I'll be concise and won't take up time because I don't want to take a lot of time. My name is Danine Johnson Hall, and I'm originally from Ohio. You can hear the accent. I've been here in New York City for about 22 years. A little about myself. I matriculated through Mercy College through getting my master's degree in special education, and then found out that I was pregnant. And we were expecting this bundle of joy, even though it was an unexpected pregnancy. So he had after we had him, he had some complications, and around maybe 1 or 2 years old, I was like, yeah, something's going on. He wasn't talking. So we got him assessed, and it turned out that he had autism. So I chose to stay home. So I'm currently a stay-home mom, got it. And that's how I kind of got into wanting to do all of the things for District 75, because he is a part of District 75. And also I kind of like to advocate for, not kind of like to advocate for parents. You know, in our groups, we would have these groups, and I was noticing that everybody was like, well, I didn't know we can get that. I didn't know we can get that. I'm like, what? Really? You didn't know that? So it's just like kind of giving the tea, if you will, or spilling it all. So that's my number one motivation. And also I am currently working on a doctoral degree in organizational leadership.
Thank you for that, Deneen. So we're going to go into the first question for you. And again, you'll have 3 minutes to answer the interview questions. And our first question to you is, are you physically able to attend all of our meetings in person, even the ones that we have in the outer 5 boroughs? And your time starts now.
I am physically able to attend meetings. Even if it's outside of the borough, I'll just need to have enough time to be able to, make sure that my son is being cared for and that he's getting home. So I don't see any type of anything that would come in between me attending the meetings. So
And you still have 2.5 minutes left.
I
If there's
know, listen,
anything
we're
else
gonna
you,
get the consent. So no, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I kind of base my day around my son and school. So I'm kind of like open to do what I like to do. Anything. That's
okay.
it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to throw it over to my colleague and fellow council member Andrea Daniels to ask you the next question.
Okay.
Hi, good evening. Here's the second question of the night. How have you supported your D75 community recently?
Recently, well, I can only think this past year, my son's school did not have any related services. So it was like outsourced to Saturday, and I did my best to kind of advocate for the school that he was in, which is a school without he attends Mickey Mantle. So I was trying to work with them to say, hey, can you all get them some related services? Because I had the convenience of going on a Saturday, but other parents didn't. So that was just last year. So this year specifically, I have not been totally involved with things with District 75, but last year I was.
You still have 2.5 minutes.
So it came out that even though we didn't get the services last year, this year, thank God, we have related services and we do not have to attend because they had to attend Saturday Academy, which a lot of parents weren't able to attend Saturday Academy because they worked or they had other children. And so we just looked into that, and this year they have related services. So that was it.
Okay. Last year is still recent. Okay. Just to let you know.
Okay.
All right. So question number 3. What do you feel you need to be effective? What do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
And your time starts now.
Okay, so what do I need to do to be an effective advocate? So one of them is you need to have a level of equality, a level of equity to see everybody. You know, there's all these diversities out here, and if you don't look at it in a lens of someone, you know, that you could help, or you just have these biases, and we all do. You have to be very introspective and looking within yourself so you don't have these biases. So you have to be equitous, you have to be show empathy and care. I think those are the things that you really need to be an effective leader.
You still have 2 minutes.
Okay. I told you I'm just extremely concise. And also being solution based. I feel like if you are always looking at the problem, you know, I don't like to always worry what the problem. No, let's look for solutions. Let's work together to get solutions and not kind of, you know, some of the time it's muddy. You do get a little bit muddy, but I believe that if you're focused on the solution of the thing, you can really accomplish a lot.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
good luck. So good luck. Have a good night, but don't log off yet. We have
Okay.
one more council member who's going to ask you a question.
All righty. Thank you.
Hi, I just wanted to ask you if you had any questions for us.
So in the event, like you say, we want Damien, what would be like the capacity of the position? Instead, like, do we have, like, I know we have the meetings, I know we have everything. So would this be like if individually going to schools and kind of like advocating for parents, like parent empowerment? Is that what this is, or is it more kind of like, I'll let you, so if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Um, I think, it is what what you want it to be in a way. Like, yes, you're required to be at our meetings. Those are the two mandatory things, right? The calendar and the business meeting. But then, we have committees and other things. So like you kind of find what your passion is and what you want your role to be. Like for me personally, I'm very much into like outside resources like OPWDD. So like I headed the transition committee last year, And, you know, I did a lot of work on kind of getting resources to parents. Other council members, they might find passion in busing and work on the busing committee and work with OPT. You know, and so there's all sorts of kind of avenues to kind of explore. I'm sorry, my dogs are hungry for dinner. But there's a lot of avenues to explore. And I'll let my other council members chime in a little too.
Some of the standing committees that we have, like capacity and district planning, those do require school visits. And our amazing AA Haleen actually does an incredible job disseminating out requests from families that come to our inbox. And we're quite responsive to those demands. And they can span from placement to busing to you know, lack of services and staffing issues. It goes across the board. So some of us are, as Christy said, you know, some of us are more driven with self-direction and transition. You know, Christy Angel is a whiz with outreach and you know, our social medias and getting communications out. You know, Andrea Daniels is coming from our President's Council. So we all have like different strengths that we're bringing into this. What we're required to do is to hold 2 meetings every month. You know, and if we can't do the combined meeting because there's a holiday, we'll try to do that too. But that's what we're mandated to do, and we're mandated to put out an annual report. Everything else, it's all based off of the outreach that we do with our families and what it is that they're asking us to do. I will say, because of the new state law that requires a District 75 member on every CEC, that is going to be a big focus for us in terms of like how we're supporting them procedurally, practice-wise, mechanically. So we are still developing that out. And as the you know, the new members are coming on board to fill the vacancy, you will be part of that development as well.
Okay, thank you. I have one more question and I promise I'm done.
Sure.
In the event, like say, you know, you go with 3 other individuals, will there be like a space where I could come in like volunteer if you needed some assistance? I don't mind. I just want to kind of get in there. Would there be an opportunity for volunteering?
100%.
Okay.
You know, as you know, we welcome all of our members of District 75 to be a part of our committees. We have the full council, and then you know, our council has 6 standing subcommittees. And we encourage members. Oop, and there's the alarm saying 3 minutes is up. But we you know, we encourage all of our members of, you know, of the District 75 you know, our community to please join in our committees, because honestly, it's the only way we can really get that outreach out citywide, and also to keep you abreast of what things are happening, you know, as our children are in school and what policies are going to affect them down the line. So yes, thank you for that question.
All right, I think that's it.
And we super appreciate parents that help. I'll just say that for myself and the committees and stuff I've helped in. I love y'all when you help. So we have the information. You know, I'll reach out. I'll tag some other people to reach out if you forget to reach out. We love parents that love to help too. So, okay.
Yeah, we never turn a single parent away. So, Christy, do you want to just wrap us up?
Yes, so I just want to thank you again for your time and being available tonight, and let you know that this decision will be voted on at our calendar meeting on October 18th, as we will vote to fill the vacancies. We do have another meeting, our business meeting, this Wednesday, October 4th, which will be totally virtual. So of course you are welcome to join us virtually for that meeting, but we won't be voting to fill the vacancies until October 18th at our calendar meeting.
All right, well, thank you so much, and it was nice meeting you all.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night. Okay, so I believe Deneen was our last candidate. Veronica, as being a member of the public, do you have any feedback you'd like to give us before we adjourn?
No, but thank you for allowing me to listen in. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for joining us. If there's anything that comes to mind after the fact, please feel free to email us at District 75 Council And we appreciate any thoughts and feedback from our public as we make this very crucial decision. Thank you.
Thanks, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we are at 7:27. Thank you so much, Veronica. You stay safe out there. It's 7:27. Do we want to adjourn the recording and go into discussion?
I'm good with that.
Christy?
Yes.
Okay. Haley, do you mind stopping the recording for us?
Certainly, no problem.
Thank you.